is 8:05 in the morning time on this Tuesday morning, March 10th, 2020. It is time now for the Peter Chillo Morning News on this Tuesday morning, March 10th, 2020. Got on! Ah, good morning, y'all. This lovely Tuesday morning, March 10th, 2020. It is 8:05. Test for Trump after Air Force One troop explodes Congressman. Streets deserted as Italy imposes unprecedented coronavirus lockdown. A couple still aboard the Grand Princess Chris shipper stole Swin Princess Cruise last for $1 million worth held to the coronavirus. Beijing non-object to the term. Wuhan court. Trial program accused of CIA leak ends in hung jury. DC area coronavirus cases spike hundreds of church goers told the quarantine. President compared coronavirus to common flu and attacks Obama and Z blames the stock market drop on fake news. Joe Biden hopes to win in Michigan, while protesters erupt at Biden's reckless Detroit rally. Asian stocks bounce after huge losses on news on possible U.S. tax cut. U.S. making withdraw troops from Afghanistan. Coronavirus outbreak closes sites around the world. 6 stocks touches off prison riots in Italy. Investigators were releasing warrant on crash that grounded Boeing 737 MAX. Russia hits at further talks with Saudi Arabia after oil prices crash. COVID-19 trouble update. Foxy says cruising is okay if you are healthy. Asia shares slips. Stimulus stocks offer support. Oil plunge coronavirus fears panic sold on stock market. Look at that stocks now. Down 2,013.76 at 23 for the 102. SP 5 down 235 at 81 at 27.46 56 and Nasdaq down 624 at 94 at 79.50.68. Eggshell beats made by hunter-gatherers 33,000 years ago used by a social network. CDC urges those who talk about food stay home amid coronavirus fears. And more presumptive coronavirus cases deaths in Pennsylvania. Crude oil prices rebounded a bit Tuesday from a precipitous fall. A day oil was by about a third amount lost. U.S. began to return some troops from Afghanistan. Xi Jinping visits Wuhan amid drop in COVID-19 cases in China. Coronavirus, more than 600 cases in U.S. clergymen infected. Dirty hospital, Latimer, discouraged visitors, the lot of coronavirus. Bridgewater Field Kelly was watched from afar by former Bridgewater Raiders and coach Drake Chen last season in last Saturday Division One South Final basketball game. It was on this somber date back in 1941 in Brockton in which a fire at the Strand Feeder took the lives of 13 firefighters and more than 20 injured on March 10, 1941, which occurred on a Monday. Peter Children's time is 8:09. Time now for a sports report. Chino and Remia rips AAC coronavirus policy on not shaking hands. Pro sports leagues like NBA and MLB will restrict locker room baskets and definitely the comeback coronavirus. Peter Children's time is 8:09. And tonight, Boston Celtics beat Indiana. Take out Indiana Pacers. Indianapolis game time 7 o'clock. While Boston Brisbane take out the Philadelphia Flyers game time 7 o'clock. And now, Peter Children's traffic time to check at 8:09. Baby! Paul, the MBTA green light special delays after 10 minutes due to single bomb at Copley. And on the commuter rail, Ring line trade 704, 6:35 a.m. from first part 495 was operated 50 minutes late between Margles and South Station due to medical emergency. Cable trade 286, 7:30 a.m. from Reddit is operated 10-20 minutes basket between Reddit and North Station due to mechanical issue. And Newbury trade 153, 6:26 a.m. from North Station operated 50-25 minutes basket between North Berlin and North Airport due to request get issue and trade traffic and Newbury line trade. 1:55, 7:40 a.m. from North Station operated new schedule. Newburyport trade 167:55 a.m. from Newburyport is parted. Newburyport is operated 5 minutes late to the late bobby up trade and Markwood line trade 103, 7:50 a.m. from North Station operated 5 minutes late on schedule between North Station and Markwood to the trade late to the equipment and Markwood Line train 101, 6 from North Station with 5 tables, Bianca between Chelsea and Rockford to the signal that should cause a crossing gate malfunction. And the Thursday are looking good. Okay, looking at highways and byways of new. Okay. Provinces and vicinity highways. Ninety-five, the south outside Soviet particular Providence. 95, north outside Soviet work at the downtown Providence. 185, westbound Soviet Seacock at the downtown Providence. 6 acres Soviet 695 downtown Providence. Route 60 spot a little bit sold before. Whoop. 6 acres Providence. 146 up Soviet 50 to 95 downtown Providence. 146 up Soviet 1468 out of Dawson Field and 99 north outside Soviet Lincoln Woonsocket area. And Jamestown Bridge on the east side a little bit slow on 138, but Jamestown Newport brought up Discovery Bridges on looking good. Out of the Cape Route 16 spots on a little bit slow after 134 and South Dennis. Port Bridge to the southbound side a little bit slow at the seventh part seventh side of the board bridge. 140 at the northbound side, a little slow around 24 around 45 at the northbound side, a little bit slow pretty packed out of Route 9 in Westport. 95 at the northbound side, sold before 120 Canton. 146 at the 140 at the northbound side, also around 24 out of Taunton. 24 northbound side, so between 185 and 106 in the Bridgewater area. And Hibet came for 128 Canton. 95 northbound, sold before 128 Canton. And Route 3 there at the northbound side, a little bit slow between Weymouth down to Braintree Split, 7 Expressway at the northbound side, so between Braintree Split down to downtown Boston, 7 Expressway southbound, so the Dorchester Stretch, and 1 way at the northbound side, so between Canton all the way down to Needham, and 1 way southbound, so the Braintree Stretch, and 1 way at the northbound side, so between Highland Street and Needham and Route 20 Waltham, Mass Pike eastbound, so between Western all the way down to the Osprey Tolls, and all the way down to downtown Boston, 93 southbound, so down downtown Boston, and 93 southbound, so between 485 and Lawrence all the way down to the Lake Bridge, downtown Boston, 128 at northbound, so Peabody, all the way down to Denver's, 128 at the southbound, so between Linfield, all the way down to Route 3 to Woburn, and 128 at the northbound, so between the Lexington Stretch, Route 3 at the southbound, so between 45 low down to Billerica, 495 at the southbound, so between 93 and Lawrence all the way down to 30 and Tewksbury, and 29 eastbound, so between 146 down to Britain and Western. Peter, tell news time, 8:13 time now for weather report, and we're seeing some light minor band rain showers east of Peekskill near constructed and down to northwest of Connecticut and down to southwest of Berkshire County in Massachusetts, and some spotty rain showers east of Albany, and some spotty rain showers southeast of Cork, New Hampshire, and spotty rain showers down around Laconia, New Hampshire, and up to White Mountains in New Hampshire. But otherwise, it is a clear and a mild start to your morning for much of New England. As if you're going to go out, take a light jacket with you because it's going to be a little bit chilly, but not too bad. But when it's afternoon, you don't need your jacket because it's going to be another day in the 60s. Okay, we'll have some partly sunny skies. How about 65 degrees? Lots of what about it? Coming to southwest part, 5 to 9 miles in the morning. For tonight, 8 chance of showers. May after 1 a.m. Mostly skies about 3 degrees. Southwest part, 8 to 11 miles. Coming to west after that. West good skies, 21 miles an hour, to 40%. Wednesday, sunny skies about 54 degrees. Northwest about 6 to 9 miles an hour. Weather night. Mostly skies about 34 degrees. Lots of wind for Thursday. Most skies about 52 degrees. Cover coming to southeast part, 5 miles in the afternoon for Thursday. Check the showers Bay after 3 a.m. Mostly skies about 37 degrees. Southeast about 5 miles. Coming to evening. Just for 30%. Friday, showers at high of 57 degrees. Southeast about 5 to 14 miles. Guess I 28 miles an hour. Just 90%. Friday night. Check the showers Bay for 9 p.m. Mostly skies about 36 degrees. West about 8 to 10 miles. Guess I 26 miles an hour. Just 30%. For Saturday, sunny sky about 50 low 30 degrees. West about 7 and 13 miles an hour. Guess I 25 miles an hour. For Sunday, most sunny skies about 45 low 27 degrees. Go up about 6 miles an hour. Coming west. Guess I 20 miles an hour. For Monday, most sunny coming 45 degrees. Coming eastbound 6 miles in the afternoon. Right now, north it is 48 degrees. That's coming in for the period of morning news on this. To the morning, March 10th, 2020. Viewers, we have a good morning, goodbye, say to you. Hope you have a wonderful day.